Is cancer contagious? Debunking the myths. Cancer is one of the most feared diseases in the world, with millions of people diagnosed every year. It's a complex disease that affects the body's cells, causing them to grow uncontrollably. But amidst the fear and uncertainty surrounding cancer, there's a common question that keeps coming up. Is cancer contagious? This myth has been around for a long time, causing unnecessary fear, confusion, and even social stigma for those who have been diagnosed with cancer. The truth is, cancer is not contagious. You can't catch it from someone else, and you can't pass it on through close contact or even living with someone who has it. But why do these myths persist, and where do they come from? Let's break it down. What is cancer? To understand why cancer isn't contagious, it's important to know what cancer actually is. Cancer is a group of diseases characterized by the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells in the body. In a healthy person, cells grow, divide, and die in an orderly way. But when someone has cancer, the cells keep growing and dividing uncontrollably, forming tumors or spreading throughout the body. Cancer doesn't develop because of an infection like the flu or a cold. It starts within the person's own body when their cells begin to grow and behave abnormally. So cancer is the result of changes in a person's own cells rather than being caused by an external virus or bacteria. This is why cancer isn't something that can spread from person to person. Can you catch cancer? So, can you catch cancer from someone else? The short answer is no. Cancer is not contagious. It is not an infectious disease, so you can't catch it the way you might catch a cold or the flu. You can't get cancer from touching someone who has it, kissing them, or sharing food or drinks with them. Cancer doesn't spread through everyday contact between people. Many people are understandably concerned about the possibility of catching cancer, especially when someone close to them is diagnosed. But it's important to know that cancer doesn't spread through casual or physical contact. The person who has cancer didn't give it to anyone else by being around them. This is one of the most important things to understand. Cancer doesn't spread the way infectious diseases do. How does cancer spread within the body? Now, cancer can spread within a person's body, but that's a different story. When cancer cells break away from a tumor, they can travel through the bloodstream or lymphatic system to form new tumors in other parts of the body. This is called metastasis. However, this spread of cancer happens only within the same person's body. Cancer cells don't travel from one person to another, and that's why it can't be passed along through contact. Even though cancer can spread within a person's body, it still doesn't mean that cancer is contagious. Think of it like this. When someone gets a cut, the wound may become infected and spread germs, but those germs aren't going to infect the people around them just by being in the same room. In the same way, cancer may spread in a person's body, but it can't spread to others. What about organ transplants? One situation where the idea of cancer potentially being transferred does come up is in organ transplants. If someone has cancer and they donate an organ, could the recipient of that organ develop cancer from the transplant? While it's an uncommon situation, it is technically possible for cancer to be transferred through an organ transplant if the donor had undiagnosed cancer at the time of the transplant. However, this is very rare. Medical professionals take extensive precautions to ensure that donated organs are healthy, and transplant recipients are carefully screened and monitored for any signs of cancer. So, while the transfer of cancer through organ donation is a possibility, it's not something that happens in everyday situations. It also doesn't mean that cancer is contagious in the typical sense. It's simply an extremely rare and unique medical situation that's carefully managed.